Bitcoin or Ethereum? How are they doing? How do they compare? What's their prospects in the near term?
Take the first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
I invested £25,000. Today, that investment is worth £5 million.
Say hello to our hero, the Hydrogen Energy Release Optimizer. Limitless power, zero emissions.
Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. And in this video, we hope to fill our pockets with Bitcoin and Ethereum pockets. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video, how well they're doing or not compared to each other. Now, before I continue, please subscribe, follow me on Twitter, CryptoRichYT, join my official Telegram announcements channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube, come over to 3Speak, bit.ly/CryptoRich 3Speak, or bit.ly/CryptoRich Odyssey, censorship resistant channels, because I'm being shadow banned on YouTube. Now, I'm recording this video on Tuesday, the 10th of October in the morning UK time. And you may have noticed, if you're a regular subscriber or watcher of my content, is that I've not been posting that regularly lately. And that's because I started full-time work, needs must, right? In periods of high inflation and when, well, crypto is still in the doldrums. But anyway, I'm not giving up. I'm still going to be churning out content. So please do support me by liking, subscribing, commenting, throwing me a ticker symbol in the comments, BTC or ETH or whatever, right? Now, for this video, I'm indebted to the author of this book, Crypto Titans, Marcus Thielen. I had him on my channel a few months ago. And he's the author of this book, Crypto Titans, which is a really great, interesting read. Lots and lots of anecdotes about the history of Bitcoin and how, as it's gone through different bull runs, how each bull run has had its own particular flavor and its own particular reason for the bull runs. Now, if you can get a free copy of that if you subscribe to his Substack column. So for the next 30 days, new yearly subscribers of our Substack updates, we will send a copy of the book Crypto Titans, How Trillions Were Made and Billions Lost in the Cryptocurrency Markets. And there's going to be no extra shipping or handling costs. Now, I'll link to his Substack in the description below. And I'm actually going to be referencing one of his articles because I'm a subscriber and this article came through this morning. And I thought, oh, this would be a good video. So Bitcoin dominance jumps over 50%. Ether, longer ultrasound. So the Bitcoin price at the time of recording is 27,585 above the 50-day MA, which is at 26,575. And this is bullish. Now you can see that here on the daily chart. This purple line is the 50-day EMA. And here we have the Bitcoin price. The candles are well above the 50-day EMA. And this is the Ethereum USD chart on the daily. And the purple line is the 50-day EMA, and you can see that the Ethereum price is well below that. And if we compare both of them, Bitcoin priced in ETH, you can see back here in September 2022, you would have needed 12 ETH to buy one Bitcoin. But now you need over 17 ETH to buy one Bitcoin. So the price of Bitcoin has risen and is in this ascending trend up against the price of Ethereum. Now, Bitcoin dominance has climbed above 50%, the highest level since April 2021. Now, what does that mean? Bitcoin dominance refers to the amount of money in Bitcoin compared to all the other altcoins. Now, at the Ethereum merge on September 15th, Bitcoin's dominance stood at 39.4%, while Ethereum's dominance stood at 18.4%. Ethereum has lost dominance, so money's moved out of Ethereum and now accounts for 17.7% of the crypto ecosystem, whereas Bitcoin stands firm at 50.3%. So more than half the money that's in the crypto space is in Bitcoin alone. Ether prices have also fallen below the critical technical level of 1,600. Now, with weak fundamentals, we could see prices drop materially lower, especially as we don't hear any news about the latest upgrade. Now, these are essential points we've highlighted in the past and have made us cautious on Ether while we are bullish on Bitcoin. So had you invested or traded based upon the advice given in this Substack newsletter, then you may have chosen to shift your funds from Ether to Bitcoin and you would have done very well. The launch of last week's Ether ETFs based on futures had a brief positive impact on Ether and the prices appeared to break out. But as we expected, the market is not interested in those ETFs as the monthly roll and operational costs make them an underperforming proxy of actual Ether prices. For example, the Bitcoin ETF based on futures is underperforming Bitcoin spot by 20% this year. Ethereum is also no longer ultrasound money, as the issuance, 68,000 Ether, is much higher than the burn, 38,000 over the last 30 days. Ethereum has become inflationary. Still, this is only an annual inflation rate of 0.3% versus Bitcoin's inflation rate of 1.6%, while the real economy shows an inflation of 3.7%. So Ethereum transactions result in some Ethereum being burnt, but new Ethereum is also being created at the same time. And here what they're saying, what Marcus is saying, is that more Ethereum is being created than being burnt. And so the net supply is increasing, which has a downward pressure on the price. Ethereum is no longer the crypto ecosystem that generates the most fees. Instead, during the last 30 days, Tron generated 87.4 million in fees and paid token incentives of 65.8 million, earning a net 21.6 million. Compare this to Ethereum, which generated 82.2 million in fees with 82.9 million in token incentives and minus 20.6 million in earnings. Lido Finance yielded 46.9 million in fees, Friendtech 30 million, Bitcoin 27 million, Uniswap 23 million, Aave 8.8 million, and BNB Chain 8 million. Wow. So you're earning more fees in these other cryptocurrencies than you are in Ethereum. Similar to the price of Ether, the total value locked dropped 3 to 5% across the board, except for Just Lend, which increased by 0.2% during the last week. Lido's TVL declined by 4.1%, Aave minus 3.4%, MakerDAO minus 4.6%, and Uniswap 4.9%. TVL, the amount of Ethereum locked, is the lowest since February 2021. Now let's take a look at the Ethereum and Bitcoin Greed and Fear Index. Now remember, markets trade on emotion. People get greedy when prices are high and people are fearful when prices are low. The future fundings rate trades positive for Bitcoin, 3.8%, which is bullish, and the funding rate is positive for Ethereum at 5.5%, which is also bullish. However, our Bitcoin Greed and Fear Index prints 69%, while the Ethereum Greed and Fear Index prints 22%. The RSI for Bitcoin is 56%, while the Ethereum RSI is at 40%. Now, to me, as someone who doesn't trade, as someone who's not from a financial background in the way that Marcus Thielen is, this seems to me like in the long term, Ethereum is bullish because, you buy when prices are low and you sell when prices are high. Now, back to the Bitcoin Ethereum chart. And as the price goes upwards, that means that the value of Ethereum goes down and the value of Bitcoin relative to Ethereum goes up. And in trading, the trend is your friend. So it looks like it's going to keep observing this pattern. So Bitcoin's going to outperform Ethereum. And the thing to bear in mind is that next year, towards the end of April, we have the halving. So on the Bitcoin daily chart, the halving is going to take place around about here, as represented by this black line. This is the previous halving back in May 2020. And this is a year after that halving. And the price at around about the point of halving was 7,800 roughly, about $9,000, right? It's not too clear here because I'm not zooming in. And a year after the halving, the price was 50,000. So, like a five-fold increase, but at its peak, it hit 69,000, and that was 545 days after the halving. So where do you think the price is going to be in a year's time after the halving, so April 2025, and where will it be at this next all-time high? Let me know in the comments below. And this is what's happening with Bitcoin currently. So we had this dip back in March 2023 when it went down to 20,200. And here is we got support at around about 25,000. And we have a lot of activity around the 28,000 mark. Here and here and here it was resistance and here it was resistance. Let's zoom in a little bit more. It keeps bumping up, keeps bumping up. And we have this upward sloping trend, which is bullish. So this is an ascending triangle. And what we need, or what we want, is for Bitcoin to close above 28,000 and stay there. Don't go back down again. We've had these dipped little wicks upwards, but it keeps closing back down. Okay, so let me know what you think. Where's the Bitcoin price going to be after the next halving? And at the next halving, and actually after the next halving, please do subscribe. I'm going to be doing more crypto content. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.